This is a Confederate flag. Apparently, it's suddenly relevant again. Seriously, the fact that the fucking Confederate flag is relevant any time after the Civil War has been completed is ridiculous. So, I'm about to get really pissed off, so if you don't like hearing me scream, then you better just turn off the video. So we're just gonna get right into this shit. This is Confederate flag bullshit. I honestly wasn't even gonna say a word about this. I wasn't. I was gonna keep shut. I was just gonna hang back and watch what happens, but people just NASCAR had to go and do this. See, that's why I'm wearing this shit, is because NASCAR made me do this. Great fucking job, NASCAR. So Daytona, the racetrack, is telling fans, hey, you shouldn't bring that Confederate flag in here. Why the hell not? So this comes in the wake of the Charleston shooting, where a guy that shares my name, unfortunately, killed a bunch of black people, and apparently, just in one random photo on Facebook, he happened to be posing with a Confederate flag just kinda sitting there, I guess, or something. I forgot when the Confederate flag was apparently racist. I mean, I was just hanging back, watching my Dukes of Hazzard and thinking, okay, that's a pretty nifty thing, I suppose. They got Southern pride and all that bullshit. It's just one little insignificant fucking detail about his life. He liked the Confederate flag. Oh, that's just amazing. He also liked chicken quesadillas. I guess chicken quesadillas are racist. And I know this is all happening because, oh yeah, the Confederate flag was the flag of the people who supported slavery. Ugh. Ugh, slavery. Ugh. However will we survive even though this happened 150 years ago? Because let me break it down for y'all. Break it down like I'm some sort of wannabe rapper, you know? Who sling the terms nigger every 2 seconds. And, oh my gosh, you know? Up in the hood, popping some mollies. Gonna go out and fuck my date Holly, you know? Dropping the N-bomb every chance that they get because I guess that gives them pride or something? Like the Confederate flag does to Southerners? If we're gonna ban racism and ban the Confederate flag, don't you think we should also ban the use of the N-word in rap? If we're gonna be consistent here. I shouldn't say that, because people are actually gonna fucking end up banning rap music then. And who the hell knows what's gonna happen when that happens. We're gonna ban the rest of the music industry until the only thing you can listen to is Justin Bieber. I'm fucking calling this shit. If I go around waving a Confederate flag, apparently I'm racist regardless of anything that I say. I can give a high five to my African American buddy Leo. I can give a fist bump to my African descent friend James, you know? I could do that whenever I wanted, and I'd still be labeled racist if it was just one little insignificant look at like a picture from like 2007 when I'm laying in my bed here watching some Dukes of Hazzard and the Confederate flag pops up and suddenly the racism just flies out of the TV. Oh, it's blinding me! It's blinding me! I'm telling you what, a couple of people out there are blind because this is blind racism. And this whole thing happening comes in the wake of Marvel announcing that their new Spider-Man is going to be a straight white man. And that's no good. We can't have white people in our movies. We have to be diverse. Otherwise, it's racist. So all those social justice warriors took to Twitter and Tumblr because they're so relevant and that will help them in so many ways. And they made a big fuss about it. Can you tell me how this is not racist too? I think complaining about not having a colored character in your movie is more racist than just having a white character in that movie. All they do is like, this man is white, therefore he cannot be Spider-Man. How is that not racist? How is that not racist? Should we be focusing on actual racism rather than just a flag? A flag! It's so insignificant. And yet people are making a big deal out of it. As if Adolf Hitler himself is just going to materialize from every single flag. Every single flag is just going to melt. And out pops old Adolf. And he's going to take over the world a second time. Just because you had to bring your Confederate flag to the racetrack. You may be noting my choice of attire. Hail pizza with a pentagram here on the pizza. I could really go for some pizza after looking at this for the entirety of making this video, but not the point. You see, this pentagram is symbolic of Satanism. Just because I have a pentagram on my body doesn't mean that I worship Satan. Just because I want to wave a Confederate flag doesn't mean that I want to hogtie the nearest colored person and make him my bitch and throw him into the cotton fields, eh? That's not what I want to do. I want to be all-inclusive. I want to hang out with everyone. I like hanging out with people. People are nice sometimes. Except when you wave the Confederate flag and then everything just goes to shit just like that. I'm sorry, but what relevance does this have to the modern day? Can we focus on actual racism? Like, I don't know, police officers murdering black people all the time? Hey, that's something to focus on. No, we have to fucking focus on a flag. The flags do nothing. They wave in the air. They just wave in the air. They don't do anything. They just sit there, do shit. They don't do anything, you know? They don't do anything. Except cops with guns, you know? Cops with guns, they do things. They shoot black people. They actually cause harm to the other race. And have you noticed that it's mostly just like these suburban white people that are complaining about this? It's not even the black people that are mad. It's not even the black people that are mad. It's the fucking white people who can't fucking get over this world that might have just a little bit of offensive content in it. I just wish George Carlin was alive. He'd have a field day with this shit. I hope I'm getting through to someone. Because this Confederate flag bullshit is just ridiculous, okay? Let's focus on actual racism rather than just a fucking flag. Huh? Let's focus on some actual racism. Some actual racism. Police officers. People on Twitter and Tumblr saying that a fucking fake superhero can't be white because they said so. You know, let's focus on actual racism and stop trying to trample upon our freedom. Isn't this land of the fucking free? We can't even be free to wave an arbitrary piece of cloth around. That doesn't sound like freedom to me. That doesn't sound like freedom to me. That doesn't sound like what America itself fought for. You know? You know? You know? Fact. It was February when the first state seceded. It wasn't until 2 months later that the battle at Fort Sumter occurred. There was no formal declaration of war, but that was when the battle began. And I've got to say, that sure does have a lot to do with slavery.